Wait. Answer this. Hassan, did they glaze?
The answer is yes. And I'm honestly tired of guys like this pretending they are neutral in any way. They were cozy with a war criminal, making jokes and letting him humanize himself. They may not have glazed Netanyahu in the traditional sense, but as far as I'm concerned, what they did do essentially had the same outcome as if they were glazing him. In watching their interview with Benjamin Netanyahu and their conversation with Hassan afterwards, it became clear to me that this was not just a case of two guys who got in over their head, despite what they may claim.
This is fucking nuts.
This is so crazy. We are so not qualified to do this. That's what's interesting about this. We're just not. We just should not be doing this.
Well, we're too far too gone.
This is not just two guys who made a bad judgment call and interviewed a war criminal when they shouldn't have. These are two guys who don't view what Israel is doing as a genocide, despite saying they have empathy.
It's a war leader. We have to do it.
60,000 people, lowest estimates, are dead right now.
We understand. We have empathy with everyone who's been affected by the war in general.
Sure, Jan.
They don't really care about what Benjamin Netanyahu has done. And that's because they're Islamophobic. They do support Israel. They're not neutral on this, no matter how much they may claim.
If we're a neutral podcast, how are we anything like either side? If you know what you're going to get when you tune into either network.
No one is fully neutral in that regard, right?
I did, in fact, watch the interview, and in their conversation with Hassan, they tried to act like they were neutral or unbiased with Netanyahu, and that they asked him some hard questions. After watching the interview, I can say that if this is their idea of a hard question, it's time to hang up the journalism hat.
How do you feel about the Americans' opinion on Israel right now? Like, I'd say there's a lot of American support from the females, from the gays towards Palestine. So how does that make any sense?
Why do they say Israel's like starving the people of Gaza?
It wasn't even necessarily those questions that got to me, but it was certain comments that they made that to me indicate that they're just racist and Islamophobic. I'm not super familiar with the Nelk boys, other than I know that they vote for Trump and that they like Trump, that they are conservative, mostly right-wingers as far as I can tell. There's just specific comments that they make that really illustrate to me that this is coming from a place not necessarily just of ignorance or not having the proper information to counter Benjamin Netanyahu, but they just straight up believe some of this stuff. They're not neutral, they're not unbiased. They do have a negative view of Muslims, and that plays a part in this. They have no problem going along with Benjamin Netanyahu and painting the Palestinians as barbaric because they think they are barbaric and less than humans. They don't see them as full people, and that's why genocide is not a deal breaker for them.
Gays for Gaza, chickens for KFC, women for the women of Gaza. God almighty. I mean,
gays for Gaza is crazy.
No, but women for Gaza is crazy too because...
Yeah. I'm going to tell you something really quick. I don't agree with Netanyahu. I disagree with a lot of things he's doing. I think he's acting... It doesn't matter. I think in certain aspects he's acting the same way as Hamas is. We've talked to him about this.
There's no comparison between Benjamin Netanyahu and Hamas. That's my point.
Steiny, completely unprompted, brings up Zoran Mamdani.
I'm just trying to figure it out too, because even in New York City, right? What's Zoran?
Yeah.
He's an anti-Semitic guy.
Yeah.
The highest, I think the highest population of Jews in New York City. How's that even possible?
Well, it's possible because a lot of people have been taken in by this nonsense. I mean, what? You want to defund the police? You want to have people go into stores and, rob them and be free? You think that really creates a good society?
He immediately calls Zoran Mamdani anti-Semitic, which is not true in any way, shape, or form. I don't want to be the person who's like, Steiny is knowingly lying here. But I find it hard to believe that this is just a matter of ignorance. It takes maybe a few minutes of looking into this to know that Zoran Mamdani is not anti-Semitic. And it's the most disingenuous way to paint him. I mean, at best, Steiny is ignorant and doesn't actually know anything about Zloron and has just bought into the propaganda about him. At worst, he knows that Zloron is not anti-Semitic and decided to actively lie about him here because it was beneficial to him and beneficial to Benjamin Netanyahu. I don't think these guys are propaganda agents for Israel or anything, but they definitely buy into the Israel propaganda quite a bit. I think they do that because they're Islamophobic. They already have a negative view of Muslims. And this is another thing that I could definitely be reading a little bit too much into, but in their conversation with Hassan afterwards, when they were trying to defend their decision, and I gotta be honest with you, Steiny seemed very annoyed that he had to be having this conversation. But specifically, one of the things that came up was whether or not they would interview Hamas. And they said yes, if they were safe.
There is no opposite side because like there's one side that's being genocided and the other side that's doing the genocide. So in this situation,
opposite
like it would be like interviewing the leadership of Hamas
we would
on your own.
100% do that if we were safe.
Yeah.
If the Iranian supreme leader called me right now and we knew we were safe, we would obviously do
yes.
Okay. The Iranian supreme leader is not.
And it's funny to me that this comment was not made when it came up whether or not they would interview Hitler.
Well,
what about Adolf Hitler?
I think we'd always kind of play the neutral role.
You would play a neutral role interviewing Adolf Hitler. I don't think that's the case. I think you're just saying that right now.
I don't know. For me, I'd be more concerned about what Hitler might do to me than what Hamas might do to me. But that's just me. I guess I can't speak for these two guys, and they seemed really concerned about what Hamas might do to them, not so much what Hitler might do to them. I can't say for sure that this is Islamophobia, I suppose, but it definitely stuck out to me. I don't want to spend too much time on this, and I guess you can let me know down below if you think it's more they're just really stupid, really dumb, and didn't realize the gravity of the situation, or if you think that they maybe do sort of realize the weight of this, but they don't care. I think that it's a little bit of both. I think that in some ways they are just ignorant, but in other ways, I think that they just don't care. They don't care about the Palestinians, and so they don't care about having Benjamin Netanyahu on and joking with him about Burger King.
McDonald's, and to be honest, Burger King, I like Burger King more.
What's your go-to at McDonald's?
No, I'll tell you Burger King. We did the double,
Whopper?
The double.
I haven't ripped Burger King in a long time.
Burger King kind of sucks.
Yeah.
No,
the
you're wrong.
BK Lounge can hit.
I disagree completely.
You like Burger King over McDonald's?
That's your worst take, I think.
Absolutely.
That's a crazy take.
No, that was fine. I mean, I like Burger King. The answer is yes.
But that's really all I had for you today. You can let me know again down below if you agree with me or not. But yeah, this is definitely not something that they should have done. I don't think anybody should be interviewing Benjamin Netanyahu. I think that Benjamin Netanyahu should not be allowed to have a normal interaction. All of his interactions should be, hey, stop doing a genocide, and I'm arresting you and taking you to The Hague. Those are the interactions he should be having right now. Anything other than that, no. I don't think that there's really anyone who can have Benjamin Netanyahu on and question him in a way that is tangible and effective to having any real effect. It's just not something that's going to be done in the realm of podcasts. This man is a war criminal. He needs to be taken to The Hague and tried for his crimes. Anything short of that is an injustice to the Palestinians in Gaza. And that's really all I have to say on that. So thank you so much for listening to me ramble on about this for a little bit. I've been pretty busy, so the videos are going to be a little bit more rambly like this for the time being. It will be more of my just off-the-cuff thoughts while I kind of get my life back together. So that's really all I got to say. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Take care of yourself. Free Palestine. And goodbye.
If your audience wants to have a good time,
go to Tel Aviv.
Yeah, you can vouch for it.
Is that what you're gonna say?
Isn't Tel Aviv?
Oh yeah, Tel Aviv's lit.
Yeah, it's fun.
Tel Aviv's on fire. I haven't been in the summer. We went in February last time, so we were supposed to come 2 weeks ago,
but 2 days before the bombing, right?
2 days before the bombing.
You can come back now.
Yeah.
So Tel Aviv's on fire. And
Yeah, I
so is the
really want
rest
to
of
come
Israel.
again. I want to
So
come
you
in the
come
summer.
in.
We'll come in August.
Good.
Yeah.
The beaches are good.
Yeah.
And nightlife is good.
Yeah, we
And the
we
people
tested the
are friendly.
nightlife. We
Please
had a
come.
good time.
Yeah, we tested the nightlife
And
out.
in
No, you
Jerusalem
tested
too.
well, I hear about it, but
Yeah, it's
well,
good.
invite Sarah and me. We'll come.
Awesome.
And I really mean it. I'm really inviting all your friends to come see the truth, and you'll be mesmerized and you'll be captivated, and you'll then say, "How is it that we could believe this nonsense?" It's like, who pulled the wool over our eyes, and how do we, tear that away? It's a different place, different people, a different country. It's a great place.
It is. We had a
Agree.
great time there.
And guess what? We love America.
We need look no further than the horror show in Gaza, with a level of death and destruction without parallel in recent times. Malnourishment is soaring, starvation is knocking on every door.